I wanted to be proficient in the three areas: financial markets, coding, and statistics. And I wanted to be proficient as an algo trader. And as well, I wanted to be introduced to options trading and understand how options work and all the different financial instruments. So that is really, I feel that I've gained so much more than what I expected to learn. Professionals from the financial industry, they really come and they really explain and share all their years of experience with us. So hi everybody, my name is Melvin. I am a fire equipment engineer at ExxonMobil, and I've always been very interested in trading and the financial markets and even algorithmic trading. And as engineers, we deal a lot with numbers. We do lots of risk assessments and probability analysis and calculate the consequences and stuff like that. So naturally, I was also very interested to see how I could use my skills, analyzing skills, analytical skills in my work, and to bring it into something that I was very interested in, which is the financial markets and trading as well. Yeah, I guess as an engineer, we always look at lots of charts and graphs, and from there we plot and we do our analysis. And I guess when I look at the charts and I see the charts in the financial markets, and I think probably I would be really interested to get to know how do I analyze these charts and how do I make quantitative analysis that are not so much based off from emotions, but based off from statistics and good quant analysis. So therefore, I signed up for the trading course to try to help to gain the knowledge in that area. My education is in chemical engineering, so I studied in National University of Singapore. And my work experience in ExxonMobil is dealing a lot with lots of troubleshooting, lots of optimization, dealing a lot with big numbers and millions of dollars every day, and giving technical recommendations to the plant so that we can always give the products that the customer needs in a very reliable manner, but yet cost efficient as well. So I started trading when the stock market came down, when it was COVID, and we had lots of time at home, and people were saying it's a good time to go into the market and stuff like that, and I had almost zero clue. So that was when I started to read up more and to learn more about what is stocks and what is trading and what is investing. And so that was when I started to get a bit more interested in financial markets and trading. And from there I picked up and I started to look at courses that I could join. And QuantInsti came up onto my page, and I thought a lot of courses are very expensive. They charge $10,000 for a few sessions, but I saw the course by QuantInsti. The course is really affordable, and they give you a very comprehensive kind of course that teaches you a lot about options, trading, and statistics, and even programming all at the same time. And it is all within 6 months, and weekly we have sessions. So I thought wow, this deal is too good to be true. So I inquired more about it,
and I definitely was very pleased to sign up and learn so much from all the industry experts that QuantInsti has lined up for us. I was always very interested in trading and always very fascinated by and impressed by traders doing it, and how I came about doing algorithmic trading is that I always felt that there's lots of data, and data always helps to make good decisions, and it's very linked to my profession as an engineer, which we always use lots of data to back up our decisions, and none of our decisions are made by feelings in some sense, and it's always very quantitative analysis in our recommendations and our decisions in the ExxonMobil. So therefore I looked for trading side, I looked more to be more quantitative in nature, and that's where I started to read about it. Before I joined QuantInsti, I always knew about algorithmic trading, using codes and coding and algos to trade, and using statistics to trade as well. But I do not have the knowledge to do so, and I know that if I do not have the right knowledge, I might make the wrong decisions. And if I do not learn from an expert, I'm only just basing it off on what I think is correct, and I might not be correct. So before I joined QuantInsti, I didn't do trading, but because I wanted to have the right knowledge and the right training before I started. Definitely was challenging, I will not deny it, because there's a lot of content to digest, to understand lots of new things that I was learning. And I guess I just set aside time and be disciplined in my approach to make sure that I go for all the lessons and I understand the lectures, and I try my best to also apply what I learn. So yeah, of course there's some sacrifices on my personal life that I had to make, because there's a new commitment to the course and to study for the exam and to learn this new knowledge. So I knew that for this period of time, I might have to make lots of sacrifices in terms of meeting my friends less and going out less. But yeah, I guess it was all worth it at the end, when I got to really get lots of new knowledge and be proficient in the financial markets, trading, and even coding as well. Yeah, so of course they had lesser time with me, my family, and thankfully my family is very understanding that this is something that I was really interested in and also really passionate about learning, and they really just supported me on this journey. So really grateful and thankful for them, that they knew that okay, now I have to go for lectures, I have to spend time away from family. So yeah, they were really understanding and supportive, which is something I do not take granted for. And they were all very glad at the end of the day when I received the news that I got my certificate of excellence, and we celebrated. The whole family celebrated with me. And they saw how much hard work I put in the course, throughout the course, and preparing for the exam. So they really knew that I made lots of sacrifices that no one saw. Yeah, only they knew. So I dedicate maybe one weekday, and one weekday to make sure that I consolidate the information that's given by the lectures. And during the lecture itself, I will take down notes and all my questions that I do not have. And during the weekday, I will definitely email my questions to find out the answers to those. And
make sure that I do understand the key concepts that are being taught in the lecture. So that's my technique into trying to maximize my learnings and to not spend so much time outside of class. So making sure that I pay full attention in class and to really try to do some learnings on my own. And yeah, so in terms of managing time, one weekday and probably the weekends, a few more hours after the lecture, just to digest and understand be familiarized with the content. So lots of consistent work during the course itself. And preparing for the exam, I basically spend a lot of time to prepare for it. And almost every day I was trying to revise for the exam and the content and look through all the past to prepare for past notes and quizzes and codes to prepare for it. So yeah, throughout the course, in summary, throughout the course, one weekday and a few hours during the weekends. Gearing up towards the exam is almost every day that I, after work, and every weekend that I really put in all the hours to familiarize and to make sure that I'm well prepared for the exam. So the technique that I used to study was, so the exam has MCQ portion and a coding portion. So I broke down the two aspects. One is the MCQ. So for the MCQ side, I made sure that I redo all the quizzes. So because the quiz for the sessions would capture the main points for the lecture and the main points for the course. So from there I derive what are the main concepts for the different lectures, and I redid the questions and the quizzes to make sure that I understand the concepts from those questions. After that, I also re-looked at all the slides just to scroll through and to pick out the main concepts again for the different lectures and the different sessions. So that was my technique for studying for the MCQ. And for preparing for the second part, which is the coding side, where we have to code different questions and answers on the spot, what I did was to really basically understand the different functions for the different codes. And I also always keep practicing and rewriting the codes. Keep rewriting the codes and practicing them. I try, when I'm home, I use the Python software that was introduced to us, Python notebook software, and from there, just to make sure that I'm typing out the right codes. So those are the techniques. And on the go, if I do not have my laptop with me, but I still want to revise my studying technique, and this technique is called active recall, which is you train your brain to keep pulling out the information, and as and when you don't remember, you try your best to recall what you recall, and then you relook at it again. And the thing is, the more times your brain pulls out the information, the better it gets at pulling out the information when you need to, which is at the exam. So on the go, when I'm traveling, to maximize my time, my studying time, because I have a full-time job and a family and also a personal life and friends, I will start typing out the codes on my own, on my iPad, my notebook, just to familiarize, and then after that I compare with the right codes again. So it's really a lot of hard work to do this technique called active recall, to keep writing the codes until you are very familiar with it. And because there are so many codes, how do you know which one to really memorize and for the exam? So what I did was, in the Python notebook, there's a help function, and I really made sure that I know how to use the help function, so that it gives you the codes that are from the different libraries, and from there I take note of the codes that I can search up from the help function in the Python notebook, which also can be searched up during the exam. So from there, I focus on the codes that I need to memorize, and those that I can find out from the help function. I decide that I'm just gonna put it out there, and eventually when I need to use it, I will search it up during the exam. So I took note of it, but I didn't memorize it. So yeah, that was the technique that I used while preparing for the exam. And during the test itself, because we have two portions, one is the MCQ portion, which I think you have given about maybe a certain amount of time, let's say maybe, I'm not very sure, I can't remember how much time we were given, but two different times, maybe 1 hour each, for example. You gotta check the actual timing given in the exam, because I cannot remember. So what I did was, during the MCQ portion, I just looked at the question and I thought of the most logical answer. And what I did was, I just clicked my answer and I moved on to the next question. And I didn't look back. So I quickly finished the MCQ questions, even though for those that I do not know the answers for. I just try to recall what's the most logical answer based on what I've heard from the lecture. And so definitely I didn't use the whole, maybe let's say 1 hour given for the MCQ. The remaining time will be brought over to your coding session. And I really maximized my time during the coding session to really write the right codes, and to don't rush myself to memorize and to write the codes. So I spent shorter time during the MCQ session and a lot more longer time during the coding session. And when I get stuck during the code, maybe you write a code but you're not getting the right output that you need, and you're wondering why, I don't panic, and I just move on to the next line that I need to write, as if I have written the code correctly. Because the way that we are graded is that for every code that you write, you will be given points. And so let's say there's a code in the middle that I do not know, so I do not get the point for it, the mark for it. But I'm able to write the codes under subsequent steps, then I will also get the mark for it. So that was my strategy. Don't panic if you do not know, you get stuck halfway. Just continue on writing the other codes that are beneath it. Yeah, how did I motivate myself? So I had to apply it to my life to motivate myself. So other than the codes that are given to us during the lecture, what I do is that I will try to write those codes for the instrument that I'm trading. So for example, if I'm trading an ETF, what I do is that I try to apply those codes that I learned in class, and I apply it into my daily life and the stock market and the charts that I'm looking at on a day-to-day basis. And from there, I get very curious, and I get very motivated to see what is the outcome if I actually do apply this knowledge into my daily life. What is the outcome, and how much money can I make, and how much better can I do in my trades? So those are the techniques, or rather that's how I motivated myself to learn coding, and to also see how much more I can do if I learn the codes, and how much more efficient and how much more trades I can look at and analyze, how much more data I can in real life. So it's always using a real life example that I'm really interested in, and applying what I learned from the class and the codes that was introduced to us. Yeah, I think Python coming with zero knowledge at the start of the course. After the course, I was really familiar with it, so definitely not afraid of it anymore. And yeah, so Python is definitely still interesting, and the wonders that it can do for you in real life is really amazing. So I'm glad to now say that I'm very proficient in Python, in using it for trades and analysis, and you just be amazed at how much the things that you try to do with maybe Excel, for example, or your own stat analysis that you try to do on your own using pen and paper, the graphs that you try to plot using Excel, it can be done so much more quickly, so much quicker, and it can be done at such a bigger scale and a faster scale using Python. So definitely still very interested in Python after the course, and wanting to see how much more can I push myself in terms of using Python in my daily life as well. So what I did was I approached friends outside who, let's say, they are like an expert in coding because they've got software engineer background. So with regards to the coding side, I always approach my friends who help me a lot in the codes. And very different. Yeah, so separately for the financial market side and also the statistics side, I do approach like my friends that are really proficient in these areas as well. So with their help, I was able to overcome them. I also always ask the mentor or the supervisor that is given to us during the EPAT course, and that's really helpful because coming from zero knowledge for stats or even coding and very little knowledge on financial markets, this the help that they have given to me, my mentor, is really so helpful, and they always answer all my questions that I have. So yeah, I wasn't afraid that, what if I can't catch up, or what if I don't understand certain concept. I guess the mentor is always my mentor was always there to help me. So really appreciate the help given from my mentor during the time. Of course, I supplement it with some YouTube videos and books outside, and articles, and lots of resources that are on the QuantInsti blog that I also looked up to get myself interested in see how other people are doing it, and how other people are writing it, and how they're applying all the knowledge that they have learned for algo trading. So yeah, all these different aspects and resources that I always tap on to get myself up to speed on coding, on financial markets, as well as on the statistics. So I guess my expectations before joining the course was that I wanted to be proficient in the three areas: financial markets, coding, and statistics, and I wanted to be proficient as an algo trader. So, and as well, I wanted to be introduced to options trading and understand how options work and all the different financial instruments. So that is really, I feel that I gained so much more than what I expected to learn. And the professionals from the industries, financial industry, they really come and they really explain and share all their years of experience with us. So that I was really I was really grateful for, and definitely exceeded my expectations. And moving forward, I do hope to eventually, if I would like to enter into the trading industry or the financial industry, I would like to say that I do have the knowledge. I do know what trading is, and I am proficient in trading as well, and in particular quantitative trading. And I'm Python proficient and everything. So I definitely feel that I have what it takes to be an algo trader after the course. I guess the key takeaway is definitely all the codes that I have learned during the course. And that's a big takeaway because now I have the knowledge as how to write my code. I have the codes given to me as well, and I know how to use them. So now I can do my own analysis. And other than that, the course has also taught me to know how to make decisions based on the statistics as well. So, and how to interpret the statistics results. So that is also an extremely big takeaway, because now I can make decisions on my own. And now I can start to really see and do my own analysis instead of always relying on someone else's analysis. Now I can start to just I can start to just analyze it on my own and try and make my own trade decisions. So I think that would be the biggest takeaway, which is now I can say that I am independent. I have the right knowledge, I have the right training to be confident enough to know that I am making a good quantitative decision in my trades. Yeah, I guess the feature that I really like about EPAT is that the QuantInsti and EPAT, they have lots of partnerships with jobs outside. So it's not only like giving you the right knowledge, the right mentorship during the course, which they have done extremely well, but it's also helping you after the course. And they also have this alumni program which you are a part of after you graduate from the program, and they help you to prepare you for the interviews. They help you to prepare to write your resume in a way that you can apply and get a job in the quantitative, in the algo trading industry. So that feature I feel that we are eligible for throughout after we graduate, and there's no time limit to that. So yeah, that was my favorite feature of the course, to know that I will still be supported after the course is ended, and then we are part of this big group of alumni. So the IBF STS sponsorship that we get, that is definitely a big draw for me, because if without the sponsorship, the cost can be about, let's say, about 8K, but with the sponsorship, the cost goes down to about 2K. So if you think about it, 2K for 6 months weekly course with lots of industry experts sharing with you their knowledge on the different aspects, and you have to learn 3 different aspects from it, as well as a lifelong resource availability and alumni help, and also job placement opportunity help. 2K is definitely super worth it for what you're getting. And to be certified by IBF from Singapore, which means that the course is a legit course. It's not a course that is trying to maybe not so legitimate, and you might not get what you're looking for. So 2 things. One, the IBF sponsorship definitely helped me with to definitely helped me a lot in terms of the sponsorship that I get and the grant that I got, and it also gave me the knowledge that this course is a credible course that is certified by the Singapore government and the financial body of the country in Singapore. So definitely I'm going in with full confidence that this is extremely good course and a legitimate course that I am attending. Yeah, so personally, definitely applying what I learned from EPAT course into my daily life and my trades, and just building up this proficiency as an algorithmic trader and deepen my passion as well. And also like to continue to network with lots of individuals that are also passionate about this subject, trading. So that's on a personal level. On a professional level, currently now I'm still working as an engineer, and I would like to give myself the option to eventually say that if one day I would like to have a career switch and I would like to eventually be an algorithmic trader, I would like to say that I can make that switch and I have the option to either continue as an engineer, or I can eventually be a trader full time. So yeah, those are my plans, and I'm also looking to not only in Singapore but also looking at jobs around the world, and I would like to see this either engineering or algorithmic trading to allow me to have the experience to work outside of Singapore, to have the global experience and be exposed to many different cultures and job opportunities overseas. I guess the first is to not give up, because maybe sometimes you feel very inadequate, or sometimes you are not sure whether you are making the right move or not. And then which brings up to the next one. The first is you do not give up. The second is you get connected to someone that knows. So once you get connected to someone that's very good at it, you find like a mentor or something that can help you out on this journey. So don't be afraid. Always be willing to learn from others, and to always be ready to be challenged that on your analysis, to be sharpened, and this way we get to learn more things, and we get to always learn from other people's mistakes as well. So I will always say, just keep this learning posture to keep improving yourself, to keep learning, and never ever feel that you already know everything. So yeah, don't give up, keep learning, and definitely one day you'll just be extremely good at it.